Midpoint, a very basic, simple concept. You're given 2 points on one number line and you're trying to find what lies directly in the middle. There's a very simple way of doing that. That's taking those two numbers, adding them together, and then dividing by 2. What that does is it's going to evenly distribute the distance between those two numbers. It's going to split it into 2 equal parts. And so you would add that part onto where you start, and it would be exactly in the middle. You can see an example of that, and as simple as it could be, 26 to 28. That's a difference of 2. They're 2 away from each other. Half of that would be 1. That's why 27 is the midpoint. You could also take the approach of going, all right, 26 plus 28 divided by 2, and then it redistributes what I just explained. All 4 of the examples are pretty much going to simulate just using that midpoint formula over and over. It's a point that is equidistant from the 2 points that you were given. It's always going to lie directly in the middle. Example 4 would be taking a look at what it's like if you're given 2 sections of a line that have a start point and an end point, and then finding the lengths of those by solving algebraically, meaning that we add both of those things up and then solve for x. Let's take a look at some examples just about how this plays out. It's a very simple concept. We know that the formula is going to be x1 plus x2 divided by 2. And since these are horizontal, side to side axes, that means that these are going to be x values. So A is 11, B is 18. There's x1 and x2. We divide it by 2. So 11 plus 18 is 29 divided by 2, and that would give you 14.5. So 14.5 would be right here. And you can see that that is exactly in the middle between 11 and 18. Same thing, process is going to repeat itself over here with x and y. We know that the formula is x1 plus x2 over 2. So we're going to add negative 22 and negative 18 and divide it by 2. That will give you negative 40 divided by 2 equals negative 20. That is going to be the midpoint between negative 22 and negative 18. You can see it lies directly in the middle. This is a prerequisite skill to be able to solve for a midpoint on a line that is on an x and y coordinate grid. So this is one step of what's coming.